Instead of looking at me.
Okay. Hello, everyone. We are back. Chris and I were just reminiscing about when the last time was we did this, and we have absolutely
Can't
no
even
idea.
remember. So long ago. Can't remember.
No, we can't remember. And if you're just joining us for our first Fireside chat, we are Chris and Mandy Wimmer. We're the owners of Black Barrel Media. We're siblings. People still ask us that.
Yeah, I think you need to say Chris Wimmer and Mandy Wimmer. If you say Chris and Mandy Wimmer, I think that's
I
what
got it.
confuses
Okay,
people.
yeah. That's right. Well, we are siblings, to put that to rest. So, happy random week between Christmas and New Year's.
Happy post-Christmas, pre-New Year's, depending on when you're going to post.
Okay, so
get on to explaining why there's a cupcake on this table.
Where we left you before Christmas was that I was baking. So Chris and I have
air quotes.
Baking, yes.
Yeah.
So Chris and I have this obsession with these holiday baking, which is really not even holiday, just baking shows in general.
Well, I think it's more holiday baking. So I've never been a huge reality TV fan. Those qualify as reality TV, but for some reason, some of these baking shows, specifically the one that everybody watches, the Great British Baking Show, cracks me up. I find it hilarious for some reason. I don't know why. Probably the same reason everybody becomes addicted to it.
Right.
So we've been watching a lot of those recently to try to downsize,
de-stress,
downshift, to try to not work.
Yeah, exactly. So the point is that we got challenged by our mother, who makes these famous flat bottom cupcakes, to make Black Barrel cupcakes. And of course we had to accept the challenge because we want to be in this baking show. So the only way that we knew how to change a recipe and make it better is to make all liquid ingredients, replace them with bourbon.
Yeah, to turn them from black bottom cupcakes, which of course it's a black cake, so the bottom is black. From black bottom cupcakes to Black Barrel cupcakes, you substitute lots of the liquid for bourbon. So I don't know exactly how much liquid was substituted, but now there's a lot of bourbon in these cupcakes.
It was all of it. I substituted all of the liquid for bourbon. I didn't know what to do. I made a couple batches. I just kept pouring. You guys saw a snippet of part of it. So anyway, we were going to do this yesterday, but since our mom also made all these epic pies for Christmas, we are doing the taste test today, so you guys get to see it. So yeah, I guess this is the first time that Chris is going to actually taste our Black Barrel cupcakes.
And I thought about this. This is probably not a great thing to do on camera, to try to eat something chocolatey and then have to keep talking afterwards.
We need your genuine reaction, though. They need to see it as well.
They're also going to love...
Do you love when people stare at you when you're eating?
They're also going to love seeing chocolate on my teeth and everything else.
Okay, how is it?
This is why the baking shows cut away when somebody's eating.
They don't just stare at you?
It's also not pleasant to have a camera watching you eat.
Well, what else can I talk about while Chris takes his sweet time eating this cupcake?
Distract the people.
Okay, so how is it?
It is fantastic.
It is?
It is fantastic. Probably no thanks to you. It's probably more thanks to our mother.
But I made these.
Sure.
I did. I put all the bourbon in.
But
she did tell me. I learned a technique. She told me that I needed to fold things in. I had no idea what folding was. I literally looked at it and said, "It's not laundry. I don't know what this. I don't know what this is." But as you guys saw, I didn't learn how to fold until after I was off camera, because what I did on camera was definitely not folding.
Right. A lot of the bourbon hit the dough and splashed.
Yes.
It was a hard pour. It was a heavy pour.
Yeah, it was a bit soupy.
So they are very good. I would say I don't know if I fully believe that you substituted all the liquid, because they actually could use a little bit more bourbon.
What?
They could use more bourbon. The problem, I would assume, never having baked anything serious in my life, that the baking process evaporates a lot of the liquor. It evaporates a lot of the bourbon out of it. So you actually probably need more bourbon than you would think, which is a sentence that I say often about almost everything.
Okay, so water was gone, milk was gone, vinegar was gone. It was all bourbon, and I still need more bourbon.
You have to find a way to substitute some of the cake for bourbon. Take out 3 or 4 more chocolate chips and add bourbon. Freeze the bourbon into little chocolate chip-like things and stuff them in. I'm sure that'll work. I can't imagine a scenario where that goes wrong.
Okay, well, we'll obviously be back with another round of Black Bottom Cupcakes once I actually perfect
Black
this.
Barrel Media, more bourbon.
That should be our new tagline.
Yep.
Yes? Perfect. Okay, so there are actually other things that we wanted to talk about besides a baking show. And that is that we now have annual memberships for our Black Barrel Plus members, which is exciting.
Yeah.
So we did, so it's a monthly membership, and these are where you get all of our episodes. You can binge them. You can binge them the day they come out. So the full series instead of waiting week by week. And you also get everything ad-free. And hopefully this coming year, we're going to actually get in some more bonus episodes as well. So so instead of it being monthly, you can now buy an annual membership, and then there's 1 month free. So that's exciting.
Yeah, you get a discount if you buy a yearly membership as opposed to a monthly membership to the Black Barrel Plus program. And like she said, man, 2021 was a rough year all the way around. We had so many grand plans, and almost none of them worked the way we hoped they would. One of which was going to be more regular bonus episodes for Black Barrel Plus members. I'm really hoping we can move that forward and make that a more regular occurrence this year. But like one of the great lines from the TV show Deadwood, Al Swearingen saying, announcing your plans is a good way to hear God laugh. So I'm not going to go as far as to say it's absolutely going to happen, because I don't want to curse the whole process, but it is a goal. And I think we have a better plan and process in mind to make it happen. Let's hope.
I'm just shocked that you just quoted Deadwood.
Fingers
it's just
crossed,
shocking that you would quote that movie right
Shocking
now,
that Deadwood would get quoted, and that More Bourbon would also be quoted and be a mainstay.
So the other thing that we wanted to talk about, speaking of Deadwood, is that we have two favorite shows on the face of the planet, and that is Deadwood and Friday Night Lights, now being streamed on Netflix. And if you haven't seen it, now would be a really good time to start watching it, because we are doing the rewatch of the TV show Friday Night Lights.
And when we say we're doing it, we're not hosting it, we're producing it.
Correct.
Two actors from the TV show, Derek Phillips and Stacey Oristano, who played Billy Riggins and Mindy Colette Riggins, respectively, on the show. They are hosting the podcast, which is called Clear Eyes, Full Hearts, a Friday Night Lights rewatch. Get away, bug. And so that's the name of the podcast. It's out there everywhere now. We are approximately 15 episodes into the release schedule. The podcast, the hosts, have interviewed lots of actors from the TV show, lots of people you've heard of.
And there's a lot of huge names that are still coming, but we don't want to give it away. So if you haven't watched the show yet, good time to start watching it. And I was very in the trenches producing the show at the launch, and I can tell you that Derek and Stacey are just amazing people, and they're absolutely hysterical.
They have tons of behind-the-scenes stories.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous. The whole point of doing a rewatch podcast. It's not so much to analyze every single detail of every episode, is to hear the behind-the-scenes stories, and Derek and Stacey have tons of behind-the-scenes stories of the making of the show, the writing of the show, the interaction between the actors and the cast and crew. It's phenomenal. So if you are a fan of Friday Night Lights, or if you've ever thought about jumping into the show, now is a great time, and this podcast is a great companion.
Yes. And other than that, we're going to keep baking, and we're going to keep making podcasts. So we hope that you enjoy. Yeah,
we hope that we have some new things coming out in the near future. There'll be some updates on each of the two podcast feeds, Legends of the Old West and Infamous America, sometime in the near future here. We've got some things that need to solidify, but you'll be hearing about them very soon.
Yes. Anything else?
I thought you expected an end or something approximating an end instead of the hard stop.
Yes, that's it. Cut. We're done.
Done.
All right. Cheers. Oh, we didn't do that. Oh my gosh. Cheers.